On the 13th of November 2025, WorkSafe and MBIE's amendments to the electricity safety regulations took effect. They had been published just 1 month earlier. The New Zealand Electrical Inspectors Association, or NZIA, advised WorkSafe at the end of October of a serious, life-threatening risk arising from one of the changes. Instead of working rapidly to address this, WorkSafe denied the issue existed, made up extraordinary claims, and then threatened electrical workers that WorkSafe would prosecute them for work that was compliant but unsafe due to WorkSafe's changes. As of mid-December 2025, NZIA considers that our escalations to WorkSafe have now failed, and that WorkSafe is in full cover-up mode. But what is going on here? The amendments remove critically important protections for the most important safety wire in any New Zealand electrical installation. This wire is called the Protective Earthing and Neutral Conductor, or PEN for short. The PEN conductor is the only thing that keeps the installation effectively grounded to the network. Without it, the local earth rises up towards a supply voltage, which is very dangerous. The removal of the PEN conductor protections was done by WorkSafe in the name of safety. Unfortunately, WorkSafe's amendment means New Zealand homes and workplaces can now be made lethal while being fully compliant and having no faults present. It is very concerning that WorkSafe's safety error could get through the process, competence, and safety culture protections that should have been present to make such a basic error completely impossible. This is the modification to AS-NZS 3000 that is so dangerous. Actually, we should call it NZS 3000 because the Australians haven't been so stupid. Word has it that at a recent standards meeting in Australia, the Australians were laughing and asked if the New Zealand electrical workers were as stupid as our regulators. The first deletion relates to the incoming protective earth neutral of an installation. No switch or circuit breaker shall be inserted in the neutral conductor of A, consumer mains, or B, where the neutral conductor is used as a combined protective earthing and neutral PEN conductor for protective earthing of any portion of an electrical installation. With this deletion, it is now compliant to install a switch or circuit breaker in the PEN conductor in the off position, or if the circuit breaker trips, or if the switch's connections or contacts fail, the installation becomes lethal. This is extraordinarily bad from a safety regulation perspective. The removal of PEN conductor switching protections in subclause C is very concerning. This change lacks the most basic understanding of electrical engineering and competence. The only message we should be sending to trainees and electrical workers is that the PEN conductor is critical to the safety of the installation and must not include any switches, fuses, circuit breakers. The slightest deviation from this message will have negative safety implications. After several attempts by NZIA to escalate this life-threatening issue, WorkSafe doubled down on their extraordinary claims in writing, but they got the clause number and the relevant facts wrong. This extraordinary claim is demonstrably untrue, given that both disaster resilience and EV charger protections are already being successfully achieved overseas without PEN conductor switching. Extraordinary claims require extraordinary evidence. NZIA has repeatedly asked WorkSafe for examples of situations that require PEN conductor switching for safety reasons. WorkSafe remain unable to provide this evidence. Doubling down on their claim, and again getting the clause number wrong, WorkSafe say they involved industry experts. An Official Information Act request to WorkSafe to obtain this advice should have been fulfilled by now. Instead, WorkSafe has arbitrarily extended the due time into February. This time extension is being challenged due to the life-threatening nature of the change that is in place now. NZIA's view is that no competent person with electrical earthing and protection knowledge would recommend switching of the PEN conductor for safety reasons. Doing so is likely proof of incompetence. Given how far apart NZIA and WorkSafe are on this issue, it's worth doing a bit of a sanity check. NZIA was able to find many countries with MEN-style systems of supply. All appeared to ban switching of the PEN conductor. This is logical because switching of the PEN conductor is demonstrably unsafe. New Zealand still prohibits PEN conductor switching for alternative supplies to installations and for Part 1 solutions to NZS 3000. These prohibitions, too, are at odds with WorkSafe's extraordinary claims. Worldwide, there are no other countries that are known to allow pen conductor switching. None. WorkSafe claims this is because they are world-leading. When NZIA met with the head of energy safety and the head of the high hazards and public safety, we were told that they had been fully briefed on this issue. NZIA asked them if we could agree that an open-circuit pen conductor is unsafe. The WorkSafe representatives could not do so. Instead, they talked about modern world-leading regulation, enabling innovation, future-proofing, and removing prescriptive rules. The big risk that WorkSafe is trying to address with this change is called earth potential rise. A compromised or switched open-circuit pen conductor results in the installation's earth rising in voltage towards the supply voltage. A person touching both the earth and bonded metalwork can get electric shock caused by earth potential rise. Contrary to WorkSafe's extraordinary claims, pen switching is never used as a safety treatment for earth potential rise. New Zealand's MEN system has a number of nasty failure modes. However, a high impedance pen conductor is really dangerous. To allow a pen conductor to be open circuit without any faults or non-compliance present is indeed world-leading electrical regulation, just not in a good way. Attempting to transfer responsibility for the resulting unsafe outcomes onto electrical workers via Regulations 13 and 14 is despicable in NZIA's opinion. WorkSafe has failed to quickly take responsible action to prevent the clearly unintended but life-threatening safety issues outlined here. It is time for change. To WorkSafe's credit, they have agreed to get independent advice sometime next year and to provide guidance for electrical workers on the safe use of pen conductor switching. That should be a really interesting world first. It's clear that change is needed. WorkSafe has issues with process, competence, and culture that they are unable to perceive, let alone address. Thank you for your time.